Hey folks, I'm here with another Nightmare Clear. This time I'm doing a T100 solo. This is my first solo since getting temerity. I'm still using, in this build, the bugged Ghastly Bone Prison, since it is the only way to reliably put up vulnerable with blood orbs from corpse tendrils. And yeah, let's see how I do with no elixirs.
I need more time. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. I need more time. I need more time. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. I need more time. I'm not ready yet. I need more time. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. I need more time. I need more time. I'm not ready yet. I need more time. I'm not ready yet. I need more time. 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 I'm not ready yet. I need more time. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. I need more time. I need more time. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. ready yet. I need more time. I need more time. I need more time. I need more time. I'm not ready yet. I need more time. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
Alright, so that was a pretty clean run, other than a couple deaths to off-screen corpse bows and in one case a corpse axe. If you want to see the rest of my build real quick, I only got 2 points here. I don't get these. This is just to move on. I don't even have a core skill, so this is 1 point with 3 in Macabre. This is what keeps my minions alive. This move speed is like needed for when I blood mist. Paragon Tree is pretty tank focused. Like I've got a bunch of magic nodes with health on them. I skipped a lot of really good stuff to try to get the 6th board in here so I can get the Blood Drinker glyph in as well as control. Previously when I had 5 boards I could not do both. And I have weird picks like this one here, which is not the highest DPS option, but it has 8% life in this node cluster. Most of this is on my max roll. For skeletons, I'm using Reapers because when you give Reapers 100% attack speed, they generate a lot of corpses. Shadow Mages for just more attacks, more Picana procs. This Picana was doing most of the heavy lifting. It's at 982, could be higher. I think I've seen 1100 as an option. And the Picana's the vicious heart portion of this. Mostly heavy lifting that was not Mindell. Yeah. Got a lot of critical strike damage. This gets up to about 70% crit. I am stacking tons of life. So my barrier, I just pop this potion a couple times. You see this barrier gets up to 12,000 HP, which is a lot to deal with. I carry around this as my main tanking aspect, but when trying to speedrun, I have friends and I don't mind playing risky and dying. I pop Blood Artisan's Curious, just for the lulz. Is it that good? Meh. This Bloodminus aspect does alright damage, but really it's about the Shadow Blight procs that give me more Picana procs. Because every 10 ticks of a Shadow Dot gives me a Shadow Blight hit that can crit and can proc Picana probably with no artificial cooldown. So abilities like Blood Mist have an artificial 3-second cooldown on Picana, or 1-second cooldown. But ability. So if I pop Blood Mist, it does a lot of small attacks. And Blizzard balanced Picana on it by making it have a 1-second cooldown, so it can only proc 3 times per cast. But since Shadow Blight comes from a lot of various sources, probably doesn't have a cooldown, can proc all the time. Army of the Dead here summons 21 skeletons over 7 seconds, it's 3 a second. They will attack anything within a screen and a half of range, including like objects, which is why you'll see them running into walls a lot until they've cleared everything. I have watched this in slow motion and seen Picana proc 0.29 seconds apart, so there's probably no cooldown, which makes this ability amazing with Picana, because it will just constantly proc it. Ghastly Bone Prison is bugged. But
I need more time.
inside this Ghastly Bone Prison, it constantly reapplies Vulnerable, probably with a 1-hit damage attack that's invisible. And that 1-hit damage attack can proc lucky hits, which makes Mindell proc all the time. This is most likely a bug, but Blizzard has yet to fix it, possibly because their playtesting might have included this bug and they might not have realized why Mindell was good. Don't know. But it's been 3 months. They haven't fixed it. They did make it so that the cooldown reduction from Decrepify is no longer procced by this ability. So when you saw my cooldown going super quick on things like Army of the Dead, that was just the fact that I'm doing a lot of different hits. Minions themselves cannot proc Decrepify. Their Thorns damage can, so having them face tank is good. And the way I'm keeping my minions alive is actually kind of silly. You see here, they only have 45% life bonus. They would get one-shot by most things. But I've got this fun ability, which makes them, basically gives them 4 hits. They die in 4 hits, no matter how big the hits are. And since they have such low health, and I have such high health, when I heal myself for 15% with a Blood Orb, I think there's Blood Orb text here. Yeah, Blood Orbs heal you for 15% of your maximum life. So 15% of 16,000 is a crap ton of health. For a minion that probably only has a couple thousand life, I don't put points in Skeletal Warrior because I want their health to be low so that the percentage of my health is more of a percent of their health. So minion health actually makes them die quicker, because this heals them for, let's see, 20% of 15% of my health. And this basically keeps them off. I barely ever cast Raise Skeleton. They just stay alive. Army of the Dead is the other way I keep them alive. This just makes them immortal, basically. That 90% cooldown reduction might as well read Immortality for 7 seconds. It's great. Also, minions can proc Picana, and I don't believe there's a governor on that either, so I have currently 7 minions. I don't have room for the bonus minion or skeleton options. And the Picana, they get about 0.3 of my crit chance. So when I have 70% crit chance, they get like 21%, if I remember my math correctly. And so each one of them will be proccing Picana every 5 hits. And there's 7 of them, and they're attacking probably twice a second. So there's a couple Picana procs per second happening from my minions. And while this reads as 982 lightning damage, you've got to remember that compared to your base weapon damage. So my base weapon damage is 2095. So this Picana is like 40-50% of my weapon damage. And after multipliers, that ends up being 100,000, 140,000 damage. I think on an injured enemy, I used to see 180, but I have less injured damage. I don't know. It's 6 digits of damage, and it makes my minions, who literally hit for like 100 damage, go for critting to doing 100,000 damage to the whole screen. So one crit from a minion can literally do millions of damage if there's enough density. It's great. And it also means I don't need to waste any time putting points into scaling my minions' damage. I just give them attack speed and crit, and I keep all of the damage for my personal damage, which scales both Picana and Mendeln. This explosive mist, if you're curious, triggers 5 corpse explosions. Each corpse explosion adds bunches of more lucky hits. And we eat a lot of corpses in this build, because not only do we have corpse explosion eating corpses, we also use this heart, which creates automatic corpse explosions whenever we walk by. Which is another reason we need Reapers feeding us corpses, because we will go through all of them. This is one of the ways we also generate blood orbs off corpse explosions, because corpse controls is not enough. Temerity is great now that it's buffed. Get it? And I think that's most of it. Definitely need a better weapon. I should have vulnerable damage on this, but meh. As you can see, my vulnerable applications uptime was not the best, so I was missing out on 50% damage, but I usually put it up on elites. Except for that one teleporty dude who kept leaving my bone prison. Rawr! I don't know, I'm kind of rambling at this point, but I needed to practice. So here you go. There's your Nightmare 100. Clean-ish. And thanks for watching.